Hello, and welcome to episode 74 of Spreading the Nerd. At least that's what it says. So I'll assume that's correct. I'm your, at least temporary host, I guess. And by the way, you were wrong. It is playing audio. But anyway,
Mine
yeah,
doesn't. I'm just saying.
that was bad advice you gave me, sir. That's another demerit. It's another demerit.
Uh, I'm
Um,
fired at this point.
yeah, you're getting close.
I'm a warm
Uh,
body though. You kind of need them.
yeah, evidently Clint will be along whenever he chooses to come along, as is his ways. He's got an excused semi-absence this week, not unlike most weeks. This week is valid. Uh, but joining me as of right now is Nick. How are we doing today, sir?
I love how you say "as of right now." Like once Clint starts being consistent, then you don't
Well,
need me
I meant
anymore.
only you
That's
as of right
exactly.
now.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. It's Friday. It's been a long week at work. I swear to God, if there's could go wrong, it was going to go wrong. And I think that the group chat is about the only thing that kept me sane. So thank you guys. It was beautiful. I appreciate it. And I'm just ready for a good weekend. How about yourself, Rick?
I,
How are you doing?
well, it was a long week, longer than usual, but as of 3 o'clock p.m. today, I am on vacation, so I've at least got a week off now. Uh, So I don't have to think about work. I probably will anyway because it's just how I am. But um, yeah, that's about it. As you can see on our ticker down below, somebody is running very low on time. He has 4 days to complete this game, and he better get it done because there will be repercussions if he does not. But uh, I don't know. You got anything else you want to say in the lead up here? I haven't really prepared anything because I don't know what time he's getting here. So
No, no. No, we could just what do we say? We just like jump into what we've been playing.
yeah, I guess so. Okay, there we go. All right, so you want to go first? What have you been playing lately?
Oh man. Well, Dune, obviously. I'm like at 80 hours, right? And I still haven't hit the deep desert. I got poor Baldwin over there just like ready to go all in and do some fun stuff. And it's just Clint's not been on lately, and you know, Castle's over there. He's been crazy on his base, building like crazy. So he's holding out for me, and I'm just trying my little heart out, get out there and have some fun. And I'm getting closer and closer. So it's been a lot of that. It's weird, man. I'm staying up late. I'm waking up early just to get in and get my refiners going and make use of the water that had built up overnight, and then going back to get ready for work and stuff. It's wild. Way too much time in that game. And then the other game I've been playing a lot of recently is Impulse that launched this week, and it's been a good time. Really good time.
Are you playing mouse and keyboard?
I am not.
You traitor! Don't show yet. Oh,
Uh,
I was, we both have this to talk about. I was saying don't get there.
but I'm just saying you. Hey, I had an excuse for why I'm using this. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
you don't. You don't. No, you don't.
Steam Bros. Steam Bros.
Well, I'm gonna thing for that while you're talking.
Okay. So, yeah, I've been having a great time with it. It's awesome. I am really shocked. I felt like I was playing like trash, and I looked the other night. What's really cool is it has a lifetime stats tracker for, an early access game, and I have a 1.5. Now, I think it does include the kills as assists, but I'm going to kick that back out of my brain and just say I have a 1.5 kill death, and I'll be happy with that. A good time. Otherwise, it's been Destiny. Jumping back in, doing some dungeon runs with the boys. Actually, I'm supposed to be playing with Panda and Pooper Trooper tonight. We're gonna take a break from Grounded, and it's actually how we met. We started playing as the original threesome in Destiny 1. We were the original 3-man fire team. That's how we all met.
You guys were the very first 3-man team in Destiny, huh? The original.
Yep, the original, man. Everyone else is just a poor imitation of us. They hate us because they ain't us,
Well, they don't hate you anymore because they don't exist anymore. But
Oh, hey, man, I can still log in. That's all I'm saying. Say what you want. It be a dead game. The game still exists, and you can still play Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. How many? I mean, a lot of games you can't. Anthem. I loved Anthem. I can't log in and play that right now. So.
You loved Anthem?
I did. Anthem was a good time. You tell me
To each
I
his
would
own,
say
guess.
the biggest problem it had was its end game and build variety.
The biggest
But
problem it
the
had was that
moment
it should not have been a live service game at all. It
the
should have just been a
moment to
single player game.
moment gameplay was so much fun. I enjoyed it. It had the Mass Effect priming and detonating ability damage, just the flying around traversal was awesome. Like I loved it.
Panda, I've had to adjust my mic, so nobody else is indicating that I'm too quiet. I think I have it maxed anyway. But closer.
Yes, it was Baldwin. It was the man-sized max. You had the little small assassin type that was super fast. You had the big like Hulk-looking one, and then you had like the mid-grade one.
Yeah, I mean, it should have just been a single player game, but
Oh,
you know, got to chase that. Got to chase those recurring dollars somehow, and well, we see what's happening over and over and over again when you do that.
did you see the report though coming from today? I don't know if it's on the ticker that Sony says they're not done chasing the live service dollar.
Oh yes, I did actually. I saw it like 20 minutes ago.
And I was like,
Yeah.
how are you? How?
Yeah.
You're shutting down the biggest chance you have.
Yeah, we well, I don't agree with that at all. But we have not learned our lesson very clearly. Nobody has learned their lesson across the entire industry very clearly. So
yeah. Fair enough. Well, how about you, Rick? What have you been playing, sir?
Well, kind of bouncing. I'm about as close as I can get to it, Todd. It would be in my mouth if I got much closer. I'll see if I can adjust it in here, but I don't think I can. Talk for a minute.
I'm talking and I'm talking.
Here we go. Hold on. All right. How's that? Is that better?
I honestly, you sound the same to me. You sounded great to begin with, so I don't know what's going on with these guys here.
My mic volume in what's this called? StreamYard was set to 70. I turned it up to 100. So we'll see if it's. Oh, maybe you're right. I didn't check that. Hold on. I forgot to do that.
Oh, I sound great. Look at that.
No, it's not. No, it's not through my webcam. I don't know. Nothing else I can do at this point.
Like the voice of Jesus mixed with Fergie.
Yeah, that's
you get the reference? No, that's okay. Add to the list.
Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Well, I've been watching a lot of World Cup, so I haven't really played a ton. It's been the last week of group stage. I think.
How'd you feel about the last night?
Well, I only watched the first half, and they didn't look so good last night. But it also wasn't their starting lineup either. They kind of changed out. I think something like 2/3 of the roster to give like a lot of guys a rest. So we'll see. But probably can get past Bosnia Herzegovina, or however the fuck you say that second part. You're not going to beat any of the even really top 7 or 8 teams that way. Any of the European powerhouses that they're going to get killed if they play like that. So, and also, I might be alone on this. I don't know, but I don't ever want to see Tim Weah start for USA ever again, because I'll never forgive him for what he did in the. I was trying to remember this morning what it was. I think it was the gold medal final, or not gold medal. Gold. The hell's it called? The Gold Cup final against Mexico.
Okay.
He took a really bad red card and basically screwed them. Plus he's a total master at missing open shots. And so how do you think they're doing? They played. They finished their group 3-0. They played Norway today, who is a bit of a contender actually because of Erling Haaland, who, if you don't know, is probably you can make an argument for being the best finisher in the entire world right now. And they beat them, I believe it was 4-1. Should have been probably 4-2. Norway missed a penalty on one of the most atrociously taken ones I've watched in a long time. I don't think Haaland was playing though, because he probably would have been the one that took it. But yeah,
I love their chant that it shows them they're doing the row thing in Times Square video. That was pretty sweet. They all showed up, and there's just a ton of them doing Norway.
Oh no, oh I hadn't seen that. I like how their jerseys. I showed you guys. Their jerseys have their names are written in like Nordic runing, which I think is awesome.
Oh yeah.
That is so cool. Um, but anyway, so yeah, I've kind of been watching a lot of that. So not playing a ton of games, but I have been playing a little bit here and there. I've really primarily been playing probably Assassin's Creed Shadows. What with that last update last week, I think it was. Kind
Hmm.
of gotten back into it, having a good time. A little bit frustrating at times, but that comes with having it set on the nightmare difficulty. But but I won't emphasize again. I do really like that game. That is a good game, and I know not everybody agrees, and that's fine. But it kind of took the series back in a direction that I'm happier with. I did like Valhalla, but it didn't feel anything like Assassin's Creed, whereas this at least does feel like Assassin's Creed to me. So
You liked
uh,
Valhalla? Yeah.
Valhalla's pretty. I mean, it's the top sell. It's the best one they've ever, or the one that sold the most copies ever. So I mean, clearly I'm not alone in that. It sold very well. It's just it might be the single most bloated game ever made. So
I got about 30 hours in and I'm like, this can end right now. And it
yeah,
did for me. And I never touched it again.
and I certainly liked it better than Odyssey. When I hear people that love Odyssey, I don't wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but if you like Assassin's Creed, Odyssey was as far from Assassin's Creed as you can get. There was nothing about it that was anything like Assassin's Creed.
But the Greek mythology, when you get to fight, like Medusa and stuff, oh man, that is so much fun.
Yeah, and I hated it because I did not like. I didn't even like it being in Origins, but it was actually kind of restrained there. It was only for a couple boss fights against. I think it was Anubis, Horus, and I forget who the third. Maybe Sekhmet. I can't remember who the third one was. But they were completely optional. They were not like main quests or anything like that. I know it's not main quest in Odyssey either, but it's
Right.
much more integrated into like the normal world, and I didn't like that. I thought that was not good. Yes, like Silken says, they were very much optional endgame. That said, I fought them over and over and over again because I forget how it worked. It's been a few years, but I want to say that you grinded those fights to get drops or something like that for certain outfits, so I did it that way. But um but yeah, so um Shadows has a very little bit of that, but it's really like restrained. Even more so than it was in Origins. Um like there's like a side quest where or I'm sorry, not a side quest, a so Shadows is set up totally different. Have you played Shadows or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because it is set up completely different from how the other Assassin's Creed games are. It's not like uh, following like a what do you call it, like a guide icon to go start the next mission.
Yep.
It is at times, but it's much more about the like target board, right? You know, it's all about taking out
Which
the millions of targets that are on the target board. What?
my okay, so here's my biggest thing, right? I'm enjoying the game. I kind of fell off it. I need to get back to it. But my biggest problem with it is that bounty board. Here is why. I will be out in the world randomly exploring, and I have the whole thing to use the vision thing, and I find somebody that I need to kill, and I kill him, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you just killed the bounty board guy, and I just completely obliterate all of the and searching for them, and I just randomly kill people on my board left and right like crazy.
There's a way around that.
Not kill people.
You just don't kill the person when they're gold. Yes.
I'm sorry, but like I walk up to it and I'm like, oh, here's like a little base, and I got a gold guy to go after.
It's also done intentionally that way. I remember when they were leading up to release, they were talking about it, and they said like that you would find a lot of these targets out in the open world. Now you don't find the Shin Bakfu or whatever the fuck they're called. They obviously are all tied behind regular quests, but the different target board. But anyway, to the point that's what you're making, we kind of got sidetracked here. I don't remember what the original point I was making now. I got so sidetracked, I forget what it was. But anyway, so I've been playing that. I did for a couple minutes today try the new SnowRunner DLC that released either yesterday or the day before, I forget which. Always good to dip the toes back into that one. This one's in Mexico. Apparently somewhere in the southern parts of Mexico. They said what state or whatever it is that Mexico has. It was, but I don't remember. But it's very like it's been like it's like a resort area that's kind of been hit with a hurricane, so you're kind of rebuilding shit like that. But anybody that's watched this show for any amount of time knows that I'm kind of a total fanboy for the um, um, Saber Interactive simulation stuff, and SnowRunner is pretty easily the best of the series of the set, if you will. I do like Roadcraft as well, and Expeditions was okay, but this is much much better than both. Um, that's really been about it. I haven't really played much else. The other things I dabbled a couple things the last 2 days to check out the controller, which we'll talk about here shortly.
Hmm.
But I haven't really dived into anything other than Shadows, and again, even that I kind of was dipping in and out while I was watching the World Cup. But I guess to be fair, I have been playing a fair bit of Control. What with the lead up to Resonant, I was trying to do. Actually, the intention was not to do a replay, but I had never played the AWE DLC, the one that ties very heavily into Alan Wake,
Yep.
and the
I think
reason
the
being,
AW is Alan Wake experience, isn't it?
well, it's a double meaning. That's what it means, but it also AWE is actually a term in Control. It's Altered World Event, I
Aw.
believe, is what it stands for.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So yeah, okay. So I'll say so. It's kind of a double meaning, but Alan Wake Experience was the other meaning of it. Yes. But I had it, but I never played it because when the Ultimate Edition of Control came out, your save did not transfer, which was a very bizarre and stupid decision. So
Absolutely.
basically you had to either decide, do you want to restart the game and play it, with the Series X, or in my case, or PS5 version, obviously would run better, the Ultimate Edition, than it did for the PS4 or Xbox One version. So it's like, do you want to play with the worse graphics, the fact that the goddamn map wouldn't load, uh, low resolution, and lower frame rate, but you can continue playing where you were, or do you want to restart and do this? And so I just did neither. I had actually finished Foundation, which was the first one, but I had not played the AWE, and I was like, man, I really should do this. And with Resident coming out, is it a 25th game? I think it's another one of those ones,
I don't
or
remember
somewhere around there,
anymore.
September 28th or 25th. I mean, um, I was like, well, whatever, I'll push through it because I mean, Control is just an awesome game.
Yep.
Um, I think Alan Wake 1 is still my favorite Remedyverse game, but Control is a pretty close number 2. I like it much better than Alan Wake 2, which I still like, but I don't like Alan Wake 2 nearly as much as I like the first one. Um, and I like Control obviously better than I like Alan Wake 2. But playing this now, because you actually unlock AWE much earlier than I thought you did. Foundation you can't play till you finish the story. I thought that was the same case with AWE. It's not, actually. It's like halfway through you unlock the ability to do it. Um, there is an unbelievable amount of tie-in to Alan Wake 2 in this, which I was not quite expecting. I thought it would just kind of be like references here or there to the Bright Falls incident or whatever they refer to it as.
Hmm.
There is all kinds of references to characters and locations and stuff like that that happen in Alan Wake 2, and I was like, maybe I should have done this 2 years ago.
Right.
Um, Plus, actually, I did not realize they added a new weapon type. They added it's called the Surge, which is like a grenade launcher variation to the service pistol. But again, I just want to emphasize, just awesome game, and if you have not played Control, you owe it to yourself to do so. It was given away in PlayStation Plus, actually around when PS5 launched, I think. And I think it's probably still in Game Pass. So now, if you missed it on PlayStation Plus, you're shit out of luck. You're not getting it now. But there's plenty of ways to play it for free, or not free, but free 99.
I
I guess
feel
you
like
should
at
say.
one point in time, Amazon gave it away for free on Epic.
That may be, but I'd rather pay for it than play it on Epic myself. So, but either way,
Free's free.
what?
You know?
Well, yeah. Well, there's repercussions for using that free, but also everything is currently on sale everywhere right now. So I would imagine it's probably in a whole bunch of those sales. I just haven't looked. But yeah,
Look,
that's about it. Just again, awesome game.
$5.99 on Steam.
There you go. Uh, uh, well, here I'll answer that question. In my case, the answer to that is a resounding yes. I typically always try to buy the deluxe edition, ultimate, whatever they choose to call it, because I do tend to play any DLC, especially because, as you know, I drop in and drop out of games all the time. So typically, by the time I'm finishing it, the DLC is released anyway, and I can usually integrate it in there. I am a little less inclined to play it unless it is a game that really did resonate with me. I am a little less inclined to play it if it's something that is not integrated into the game and you select it separately from like the main menu or whatever. Now I'm okay with ones where they do that, but it also, where it's both ways. Like, in case you finished it already, you can jump into it. But I prefer it to be properly integrated into the game as you're playing. That way you can use, if they added new weapons or enemies or whatever, you can also encounter those in the main game. What about you?
I used to constantly, and I still like to think I will. I don't always make it to it, but I always have the intention to. Some games I pop in and out, and I don't ever really make it back to them, and I don't get to the DLC.
Well, and his follow-up question, and there's a very easy answer to this, and I'm going to assume we're both going to have the same answer here.
Blood and Wine?
Blood and Wine. I actually like the main story of Hearts of Stone better, but Blood and Wine is undeniably a better thing. Blood and Wine might be the best part of the entire Witcher 3. And Phantom Liberty is freaking awesome too. So
I haven't got to that. I bought it. I own it. Got to it.
You didn't get very far in the story then.
Well, because last time I played it, it wasn't out. I haven't gone back and started all over again.
I thought you didn't get to the point you could play it.
No, I haven't gone back and restarted again to play it.
Todd said the Mass Effect 2 DLC is dope. The Mass Effect in general DLC is very good.
Citadel on 3.
Citadel was probably my least favorite, and that's one everybody likes so much. Like, it was fun, but the final boss fight sucks. It was terribly designed.
It does. It was.
And the story itself of Citadel does not in any way, shape, or form mesh with the story of the game. Like, it's fun. I'm not saying it's not. And it was funny and, cool to have the little party and all that. But it, kind of completely breaks its own canon. No, the one that I like, for 2, the one that I like by the most was, I'm trying to remember the ones that were in 2. Well, I'll come back to it. 3, I actually am strongly of the mind that Leviathan should have been in the main game because that's where all the story to 3 was. It tells the entire backstory of how the Reapers came to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was it the Leviathan?
Leviathan was 3. That's what I just said.
Okay.
What the hell was the DLC in 2? I don't remember. There was a lot of it. There was Kasumi.
Shadow Broker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shadow Broker shits all over Citadel. Anybody that likes Citadel better is nuts. Shadow Broker was so much better.
Citadel. Okay, and here's why I like Citadel, because I had spent so many years with an attachment. Like every time, okay, this is how it went. I played Mass Effect and I beat it, and I played Mass Effect again to do it a different way. Mm-hmm. I knew Mass Effect 2 was coming out. I played it again. I played through Mass Effect 2 a couple of times, and all of a sudden I would go back through, and every time I'd go Mass Effect 1, Mass Effect 2, and then Mass Effect 3 came out, and it was like, all right, Mass Effect 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And like, I spent so much time with these characters that here you are, it was almost like this perfect love letter to the companionship, and just, it was very campy. I will give you that. Very cheesy, very campy. And mechanically, as a DLC, as a game, probably not that great, but I thought it was a very, story-wise, I thought it was very enjoyable and a nice send-off for your companions. And then I just thought there was just really funny, cheesy lines. It was almost like a bad 80s action movie in a way.
Well, and actually, it was so Todd just said about Arrival. Arrival was actually probably the weakest of the DLC. It was just kind of thrown in there last minute to try to tie into 3 upcoming, right? But it did remind me of actually another one. Overlord was very good. And actually, that might have had like one of the more difficult decisions to make, because no matter what you did, you were kind of an asshole.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say what happens for those that haven't played it, but I actually really thought that was a very interesting, like, morally gray choice you have to make at the end of it. Again, I'm not shit talking Citadel. I play through Citadel whenever I play it. It's just it was outside of Arrival. I actually thought it was the worst DLC to 2. But I loved Lair of the Shadow Broker. I thought Lair of the Shadow Broker was the best part of Mass Effect 2. That was so good. That ship was amazing. Seeing the Shadow Broker finally, after you heard about him so many times in the first game, but didn't even know what he was, and all you ever saw was a silhouette. It was so awesome to finally encounter him. And then there is one where the story implications for 3 were massive, and I love that. Plus, if you had read, I forget the name of it, but it was like the original Mass Effect 2 comic, which was the story of Liara trying to find Shepard's body. It takes place after the opening cutscene when the original Normandy gets blown up.
Yep.
It's very cool payoff in Shadow Broker DLC to see, I forget the guy's name now, but the Drell, that Drell guy, because he was like her partner in that comic. This comic, by the way, for anybody who likes Mass Effect, I strongly encourage you to read the comics and read the novels, because there is so much good story in those that like they're across the whole series. Like there's one book for the first game. I think that's it. I don't think the comics were for the first game at all. But there's, I believe, 3 books for the second game, and a shitload of comics, and even more comics, and another book for the fourth game, or third game rather. And it's all so good, and it gives so much cool backstory. And I'll tell you this one thing, for those that haven't read the books. Anderson straight up lies to you about Saren. Saren was not the reason why Anderson did not get the role. Anderson did it himself. But also, Saren was an awesome and unfortunately massively underutilized character in the game. So it was actually really cool to get so much more like screen time with him in the book, because he's a major character in that first book. And when you read that book, because it did come out before the first game, and you get so much more context about kind of what his motivations are and like what he's like as a dude, it just makes him so much cooler. Because he's just not in the game enough, so you don't really kind of get as much of his backstory, except for what Anderson tells you, that he hates humans, which is true, but there's so much more to it, and he's not really a bad guy. That's the thing to remember. I mean, he is in the game because he's been indoctrinated, obviously, but he's not actually a bad guy. He's just a very renegade level Spectre. But
who ends up getting taken in by, obviously.
Well, the book kind of goes a little bit into that, actually.
Really?
It explains what led to him encountering Sovereign. The book is not the event when he encounters Sovereign, but it is the like beginning of the bread trail for him getting to Sovereign. So it really is awesome. And bear in mind, the first, I said there was 4 books, right? The first 3 are all written by Drew Caprician. So
okay,
they're actually, the 4th one was not, and a lot of people don't like the 4th because it has some inconsistencies with the lore, but I actually still liked it. Oh, another thing is, everyone hated Kai Lang, I mean, largely because of what he does, but he is in, I believe it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th book, and actually he's an asshole, but he's a pretty cool character. And he was another one that they kind of wasted when they put him in the game finally. They just kind of made him a little more than a no-name assassin, but he's like their ultimate like sleeper agent, which so he was actually really cool. I have no idea why we went down that that side path, but
Todd asked us about DLCs, then I talked about Citadel, and then it went from there.
And so I'll even throw out another one, even though I'm not the hugest fan of the game. Well, I mean, I like it, but it's hard not to give too much credit to Shadow of the Erd Tree, because that really was a pretty damn impressive package. Perhaps the worst balanced final boss in complete gaming history, but nevertheless, like the location, like the when you first step into the Shadow Realm or whatever they call it, the backdrop of the like false Erd Tree or whatever it's called is just one of the coolest like skyboxes I've ever seen. It just looked awesome. So yeah, I gotta definitely give credit there. Plus, it is it's the size of full games, just like Blood and Wine. It's the size of a full game. So, and anything else you wanted to bring up there on DLCs?
No, that's it for me.
All right. Well, in that case, we will move right along to our thoughts on the Steam controller. I got mine yesterday, so I have much less hands-on with it than you do. You got yours about a week ago, I believe, right?
Yep. Well, let's hear yours first, and then I'll go into mine because I'm really curious on your thoughts. You've kind of heard me talk about it throughout. Let's hear yours first, and I'll kind of come in with mine.
So now I also want to state that I'm also coming to this with somebody who has used a Steam Deck. I have you can't see it, but it's behind me. This essentially turns your PC into a non-portable Steam Deck. And that's the whole idea, right? Like it's the same controller, just shaped more like a regular Xbox controller, but that's what those two what do you call them? I guess they call them thumb pads. No, I think this is fantastic. I believe this will probably be my primary controller for PC for most games, at least on Steam, not anywhere else, obviously. It's my main complaint about it is that it is missing like vibration in the triggers like an Xbox controller has, and it doesn't have haptics like a DualSense does. So there will be exceptions to that. Like when I go back to Crimson Desert, I'm gonna go back to using a DualSense. But most things, not counting Rocket League, because Rocket League is a little, when you play it at even shitty middle rank like I am, it's kind of abusive of your controller, so I'm not going to play this with that. I'll just keep using my Xbox controller for that, because that's easy enough to replace. But anything else that I was using an Xbox controller for, I think this is what I'm going to start doing from now on. I actually do like, and am surprised at how many games I am still able to use the touchpad for. Like I didn't know if that was going to be super limited to how often you could use it as like a mouse cursor. But in reality, so long as the controller is working and you're in Steam, it lets you do it. So I'm like, oh, this actually also makes it that using your PC in a like a television environment is significantly more feasible to do now, because you don't have to go get your mouse and keyboard. You actually have the mouse. It takes a little getting used to, but the reason why I said I have a Steam Deck is because I'm a little bit used to it, because I've used it. And it feels a little weird until you get the feel for it, but as it turns out, those trackpads actually are really precise. What really takes some getting used to, and I'm still not familiar with it, is when you're trying to move a cursor and then you want to click. It's very easy to try to click and move the cursor a little bit by accident. But no, overall, I'm very impressed with this. You mentioned when we were talking about it, you mentioned about the back buttons, and I totally agree. I think the positioning of those is, I don't think it could be placed any better.
Nope, they're perfect.
And it's
size and placement.
Yep, and it's even better than I'm a big user of the Elite controller. Like on an Xbox controller, I can barely press the LB and RB because I'm so used to using the top two paddles for it. This gets you effectively like Elite controller options minus a couple
plus a few more.
Plus a couple more. That's right. For effectively about half the price. So I've seen a lot of criticism of you can't use it as an X input. I don't know why anybody even wants it for that. Because when you do that as X input, you wouldn't get to use half of what the controller does. I do not understand that complaint at all. At least myself. So that's my take on it. What do you got?
Okay, so the reason why I want to give it to you is because you've obviously, the Steam Deck, as you mentioned. For me, my daily driver has been the GameSir. The G7.
Oh, okay.
The GameSir G7 Pro here with the Neo 3 edition, looking all nice and fly, and I've been loving it. This has replaced because I did Elite Series 2. I tried the Wolverine. Wolverine had major disconnect issues all the time, like randomly in the middle of a game, it just would disconnect for whatever reason and wireless. It drove me nuts. I couldn't use it.
That's a $200 controller too.
Yeah.
Were you using the V3 or which one?
V3 Pro wireless.
That's a $200 controller. Then that shouldn't be happening.
I picked it up for $120 on a deal. Okay. So if I do it wired, it's fine. But it's whatever reason constantly pops out, and it's a known
Well,
issue.
the
People
wireless
mention
just
it on the
doubles the
Bluetooth.
price of it, so that should work.
Exactly. Drives me nuts. It works just fine on the Xbox, but when you try to on the PC, that's where I have problems with it. It drives me up a wall. So that's why I went to the Game Sir, because of the wireless. So that just preface that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pick it up. If it says it's ready to go with the controller, it works. Okay, so I open up the box for the Steam Deck, or for the Steam controller. Super excited. It's very minimalist, but yet very, very premium feeling. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. It opens up and it looks cheap.
Looks just like a Steam Deck.
Yeah, it looks cheap. It looks basic, but it feels phenomenal. It feels secure. It feels like it's perfectly padded. So it's not like you really had to worry about what had happened to it in shipping. You open it up, you start going through the different settings. It's got the gyroscope. You can sit there and make adjustments to how sensitive you want the gyroscope to be. You can adjust to what you want the trackpads, the left side to be, the right side to be. It even has this thing that just put your hand here on the grip. That counts as a button press. You can figure what that you want to be.
Is that what that was? I saw that in the thing. I didn't know what that was. Okay.
Yep. So essentially, you can have an extra back button per se on the left side and the right side. Blew me away. There were so many different options, right? And I'm like, man, this is awesome. I love this.
Also,
First thing I load up.
I forgot to mention, this is super cool.
It's puck, yes.
Yes.
It's amazing.
You can plug it in.
Right to it.
You can plug it in if you want, or the real way to do it is this has the USB cord plugs into there. And then this, you can see the contacts right there. Just magnetizes right to it. So this is your charging thing.
That puck is also your wireless receiver for it being wireless.
That's right. So this is kind of pointless, right? Having it attached there because it's not doing anything now. But it's so much easier to just magnetize that onto it than plug it in. I mean, it's not easier, but it's quicker to take it on and off, right? Than unplugging it. And unlike an Xbox controller, which is not picking on an Xbox controller because a DualSense does the same thing. When you take it off of the puck, it doesn't have to reconnect. It just, because it's still reading, even this way, it's still reading it as the wireless receiver. So it's a much more seamless between charging and using it as a wired controller and using it as a wireless. That is a really, really smart design that everybody else needs to start doing something similar.
Now here comes the negatives that I ran into. Okay. I am used to plug and play, and I will straight up say I love this controller. It is not going to be for everybody.
No.
When I first picked it up, first game I go into Dune, right? It says, instead of being an X or whatever, it says left face button, bottom face button, right face button, top face button, instead of, and contextualize, and full text on the screen, no matter what I set it to in the settings to be what it needs to be. And then I'm like, okay, well, this is not going to work. So I shut the Steam controller off, right? Well, now I'm trying to use M and K. I can use my mouse to move around, but now my WASD won't work. So I have to play until I shut the whole game down and load it back up.
So the game must not support hot swapping control systems then? That sounds like the issue there.
Destiny did the same thing to me.
Well, that might be the same case there too. It might not support... It's just some games are stuff that you can do it, some games are not.
It won't
let you. Really?
Dude, if you go X input and you go back, I can literally have both of them on at the same time, and literally, if I adjust it, I can switch between M and K and that. Steam controller, not so much. I think it's the way it reads it. I think it reads the joystick as a mouse, because I've noticed in Destiny 2
it definitely does. Yeah, it definitely does.
And I think that's why I have to use my mouse to move around and then use the sticks on the controller. Or for the regular movement instead of WASD. So that one drives me a little nuts. If at any point in time, if it connects, you have to go through and shut the game down and start it back up without it being connected. The other thing that does drive me a little bit nuts, though I've gotten way more efficient at it, and to be honest with you, Steam does make it pretty easy. I'm just an idiot because I've never had to use it before. I turn on the controller, it worked. Is the whole idea of the Steam profiles for the games. Like,
I think my experience with the Steam Deck made me a little bit more used to that, because obviously they all work right off the bat. But I'm so used to every game going in there and setting up what I wanted the back buttons to be on the deck.
right.
So I'm used to changing that for every single.
And see, I'm used to finding a universal to, like, I just pull up the app and I set it that, and it's that for every game. And maybe I might have like 3 or 4 different profiles, but I've yet to find
still
that.
Can do that, but it's kind of silly to do it, because you might
Have
as
not
well
found that option.
You might as well change it on a game to game basis as to how you want it.
However, I will also say that it forced me to engage with the mechanic that I had no idea was there. I had heard about it, but never really messed with it. And it's honestly, some of the community profiles that people have created are pretty freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like, they go through, they map them everything.
A lot of times they're better than like default mappings. Yeah.
Like, they have figured out, like, if I wanted to, I have community profiles that have it all programmed for me to actually use the gyroscope in a reasonable way in Destiny. Like, I never would. Or the trackpad. That's another one too. The trackpad, man, that got me going hard off the bat. I'm sitting there. The thing you got to know about it.
It's getting used to not putting your thumbs in the wrong place.
The distance. No, it's the distance is dictated by the speed with which you move. So if you just do like a slower, it doesn't move very far. But if you do a quick flick, it goes a lot further.
It uses heavy acceleration. Yes.
Yes, and that's a little trippy. Drove me a little nuts. Except for when I was sitting here, even though I wasn't actually in Steam, like I had Steam up, but I was just sitting back, kind of going all through, popping through different Discords, and clicking on it, and I'm like, man, it's kind of cool, right? I mean, it's
when you kind of wrap your head around it, it's cool to be like, man, I don't have to keep leaning forward to use my keyboard. Like, my setup here, I'm obviously looking right at my monitor. If I wanted to, I could sit on the other end of the room now and be like, hey, I actually have access to the mouse without having to come up to my actual thing. And you had mentioned Dune. Now, I've not played Dune, but I assume this is a game where even using a controller, when you're in a menu, I imagine it's probably much easier to use a mouse thing. So I imagine this probably made navigating that kind of thing much, much easier once you get used to the touchpad.
Yeah, well, it's because they understand they have an issue with the cursor speed when you're using the thumbstick. Mm-hmm. Like, instead of selecting between the different menus, you still use your joystick to move a cursor around like it's a mouse.
Okay.
That's kind of annoying. They know it's an issue. They also know that it sucks with the Steam controller, and that's going to be in the 1.0 update. 1.0.
Okay.
The final update. So that's going to be fixed. I haven't been able to get or been comfortable enough with the trackpads to actually use them in game yet.
I can see that.
I tried it in Impulse. I tried it in Destiny. Did not work. Though I played Smite 2 last night. I forgot to mention that. I did play a little bit of Smite 2 last night. I went back to it. It's been a while. I think I was talking to Clutch about something about monetization and legacy skins and how they handle the migration to new games and stuff like that. And I was like, I'll jump in Smite 2, and I could actually use it a little bit because it's it's not like super complicated aiming. Mm-hmm. And I was actually pretty happy with that. So I have a 1.5.
Oh,
okay,
man.
He showed up last minute, and it was the worst match ever. And
he's not wrong,
because he showed up.
I watched you play that first day. Now, that might have been the beta or whatever, not the full game. I told you to remember. I bullied you into switching to mouse and keyboard, and you even like, yeah, this is definitely more effective. You were getting kills with mouse and keyboard you'd have never gotten with a controller.
Oh, I've been getting some great kills with this.
Okay, well, with this I can see, because this is a good blending of mouse and controller. That's why, like, it's relatively a new thing. I mean, obviously people who use a Steam Deck, it's not so much, but you're not typically playing competitive shooters on a Steam Deck. I think once people get enough time with this, I think this is going to actually really catch on. I do.
Yep. It's a great controller.
Especially because they're going to be buying it by itself.
Yeah.
But
it's an easy, honestly, it's an easy recommendation for me.
I think $100 is a completely fair
buttons.
price for this. I actually do believe that that's a fair price.
Yeah. For where, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my GameSir, but this has 4 back buttons and not an extra bumper button.
Yeah, look,
by the way,
they're placed. They're placed exactly where I would naturally hold my fingers.
What type of person puts his bumpers on the back buttons? It's ABXY, man, so you don't have to take your fingers off from the sticks.
Because No, you know what you're talking about.
A, B, X, Y, and then you can
Dude,
literally hit.
I've been using bumpers for years. Don't you try to tell me how to set it up. I know what the hell I'm doing here. First of
Saying.
all, I mentioned SnowRunner. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you play SnowRunner right, you got your LB and RB or L1 R1, however you want to put it, on
Oh,
those
like,
buttons because
look
you're
at
using them constantly.
look. You can still hit the. You can pull this, or you can just adjust right there and catch the corner of it. Like you can in the same placement. It's how you adjust it. You can still do how you need to.
You know what my typical setup is? It obviously changes based on games, but on average, it's left bumper, right bumper. Usually, I'm sorry. This is usually Y or whatever changes weapons, and this is usually something along the lines of like crouch or some other kind of action. When I play, actually, here's an example. Here's one where it's very different. When I play Doom 2016, because I have it on Xbox, that has a somewhat unconventional, or actually, no, I'm sorry. When I said B, if there's a dodge button, that's your dodge button right there for me all the time. Um, but when I play Doom, I have the what's up? What's wrong? Is your thing dead? Can you hear or no? I guess not.
Sorry, I'm back. My
Oh,
headset battery died on me. I thought I
oh,
had a bit longer on it, and so I'm sitting there trying to hot swap it, and then I sometimes forget I was turning on the Bluetooth side and not the power side, and I was like, oh, that's not the right side. You're talking, and I'm like, she's probably throwing some fire right now, and I'm just like,
I was telling you
happy-go-lucky idiots.
my back button settings. Um,
Baldwin, are you
what
talking about this guy, the 8-bit dough? It's got the ones up in the corner like that.
Nintendo
Or
used to make ones that had them kind of up there. That's such a weird placement for them, though. The ones up
that's
top.
the way GameSir does.
Yeah, I
Now
don't like that.
people like it. I don't personally, but each their own. I know with the Wolverine, it does the 4 back buttons and the extra bumpers up top. Hold it back to the cam. Will do.
Yeah, so I like to switch to Pro Controller.
And honestly, that's
They're pretty much the
I've
same thing right there.
exactly 8-bit dough. 8-bit dough.
The only issue with the Switch 2 Pro Controller, aside from the fact that it does not justify its price tag, is the damn triggers are still just buttons. They're not
Clicks.
clicking. Yeah, or I guess
Yeah.
they're not.
That's the other thing.
They're not actual analog triggers. They're just buttons.
Yep. I
But
definitely just highly recommend this thing to anybody out there that is playing on the Steam ecosystem.
yes, if you
Make
can
use
get a
of
hold,
it.
if you can get a hold of one, I strongly I can very much vouch for this. I think it's a really really good controller, and I actually think that unlike certain other devices, it fully justifies its price tag. On that note, our only real topic that we have set up: consoles are too fucking expensive, guys. uh we'll obviously start with the Steam Deck because that's what pretty much began it all. But apparently, Lord Gaben needs himself some new yachts because $1,400 fucking dollars for the Steam Deck. Because I don't even count the $1,100 one or whatever the hell it is. That doesn't count. There's not enough space in there to even count for anything. And the reality is selling it without a controller. I get why, because obviously you can use like an Xbox controller, but that just seems like a silly thing to me in general. So the real price is what is it, 1428, I think, something like that.
That's the 2 terabyte one.
Yeah, 512 is too fucking small to count for
They
anything.
also have a 1 terabyte option.
No, they don't.
Are
512
you sure?
and 2. Yeah, it's 512 and 2. That's it. It's just each one has a controller or no controller option. That's what you're thinking of.
Okay.
So 2 terabyte with controller is 1428, I believe, is what it is, which is absolutely ridiculous. Have at it, Nick. Go ahead.
Look, man, it's crazy, right? You can't really justify it, okay? I mean, you can, right? When you break it down.
You could try to, but
Okay, well, if you look at it at the economics, it makes sense. Does it make sense to spend that type of money on the performance you're getting? And, you know, especially with where we came from and the prices we're used to spending, no, it doesn't really make sense. I get where they got to it. And I mean, I know that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at across the board. That's where we're at with PC parts are out of control. Steam can, the Steam end, they're buying this stuff on the fly. They probably don't have a great pipeline to buy it in bulk. They're not quite buying or building to demand, but I don't think they're probably building a ton of them.
No.
I mean, there's obviously higher demand. Full disclosure, I put myself on the wait list and I didn't get in. So what does that tell you?
Although you only put yourself in for one SKU, right?
Yes, I put myself in for the 512 no controller.
Jeff Keighley said he put himself in for all four to see which one he got. 512 with controller, I think, is what he said he got. And
and this is full disclosure, I was 90% sure I wasn't going to get it, but there was that. I think that you
two guys. I knew you guys were one toe in the pool.
Okay,
one toe in the pool.
Okay,
I knew it.
Here's my justification. Okay, so
I was to justify it.
I was on board, ready to go. I even had pre-ordered the D brand portal case and everything. And then they announced the price and I said, nope, canceled the case, the whole 9 yards, right? And then the other thing we're going to talk about later with the price adjustments came out and I said, that price isn't as crazy as I thought it would be. I put myself back on the list and here's why. Give it 6 months. If I left that brand new in the box, how much is it worth then? What are they going to be going for then? The ROI is insane, and there's no way you could even put that money in a market account and make even close to that.
Except something to bear in mind. Under your theory here, which would be like you reselling it, you would have to disclose that you lost 6 months of warranty on it too. So you really probably could not just technically sell it for full price, depending on availability of them elsewhere.
Okay, so if the price goes up by $300 and I sell it for $200,
you still might make a little bit, but
$200 for sitting on it for 6 months, man, I don't know who can make that off from $1,000.
But also,
that's crazy.
Also, you're working off the assumption that you would be able to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, if you paid whatever, let's just say $1,000 just to make it even numbers.
Yep.
And now they're $1,300, right?
Yep.
That doesn't necessarily, even if you try to sell it for $1,200, that doesn't necessarily mean you'd get a buyer. You might. I'm not saying you wouldn't, but it might. People going like, no, I'm just not going to pay this for it, and then you'd still be stuck with one you're not using anyway.
You forget again, like.
I don't forget.
People are struggling to get the console as it is.
I understand.
I don't think it's not going to get easier.
That's why I just said if they're available at the time.
Right. I don't know.
I'm taking the scalping aspect entirely out of the equation here.
That's not scalping because I'm not selling it over what the MSRP.
I said if they're available. It has nothing to do with you scalping it. I'm just saying I'm saying I'm not scalping it. I'm selling it below market value. Okay, I'm stashing it for the increase in market value that is to come. Yeah, that's not scalping.
No, it's not.
But either way,
3 times the price to people with FOMO.
That is not what I said. What I said is if they are not difficult to get and the price has gone up by default, that's not to say they would be selling at that price because it might be where people go, you know what, I'm just not paying this. Fuck it. Might not be. Maybe they'll go, no, I still want this. I'll pay fucking $12,000 for it if I have to. At which point, it's a moot point. But I'm just saying, you got to take into account the fact that there is a possibility people might go, that's more than I'm willing to pay for it no matter what.
Give it 6 months and everyone's gone up already. When we see what PlayStation goes up to, when we see what Nintendo goes up to, when we see what PC prices are, and then inevitably Steam Deck.
You're missing my point here. I'm not talking about the value of it. I'm talking about the demand. People might not want it for that price.
People probably couldn't even afford it by then.
Well,
But,
right.
you know. Welcome back, Clint.
Hey,
You're
hello,
looking
gentlemen.
dapper. Look at you, man. You're all
Nice
snazzy
of
and
Clint
dressed
to show
up,
up
you
so
know?
he could close us out today.
Did I come in like halfway of where Nick wants to get a steam machine and then sell it for a profit?
You
Is that where I
came in
come
right
in?
after he more or less said that. Yes.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me, can you think of a better
10%
ROI?
there.
Can you?
So just without taking anything from what I've heard really too much, I totally understand where Rick is coming from with demand, but I also understand where you're coming from, because I mean, obviously it's completely different, but like I sold 4-year-old RAM for more than I bought it for, used.
Well, sure.
4 years old.
I'm not arguing that.
But like
all I'm
the
saying
demand
is
for RAM
there is a
was
possibility. There is a possibility that in 6 months the Steam Deck's $1,500. He's trying to sell it for $1,300, but nobody wants to buy it for $1,300.
That's investing. Nothing's ever sure, man. That's what happens.
Diamond hands. Just
that's right.
You gotta hold.
Dang right. To the moon. You know.
In the end of the day, I don't know what we've talked about or anything, but at the end of the day, this just fucking sucks for everybody. The Xbox prices, the PC.
We haven't got there yet. That's yet to come.
Everything. I'm just so
all
mad
we
about
talked
everything.
about so far was the very beginning of talking about the Steam Deck or Steam machine rather.
My 2 cents with Steam machine is, I understand who it's for. Like, people want a PC on their TV. They don't want a huge desktop. I get it. You can pay for something cheaper, but not have, like Todd said in our Discord, it's not small, blah, blah, blah. And I get that. But goddamn, I cannot get past that price.
The updates is going to be a big thing too.
It'll make a big difference. Yep. There's no doubt about that's why I haven't even taken the performance stuff into account, because the reality, when the Steam Deck came out, it didn't run stuff for shit either.
Right.
And within a year of what's it called, Proton, I think is the name of the. I don't even know what the Proton is. Is it the drivers? I don't even know what it is.
I'm not sure.
It's the layer. It's the interface layer between Linux to get it to interface with like the Windows games.
Okay. So
within
a year of them updating that and stuff like that, all of a sudden things got much, much better. And I have zero doubt that's going to happen with the machine. So
it will.
I really took the whole performance stuff almost out of the equation when I was looking at my criticisms of it.
When I say updates, I mean Windows updates to Logitech. But that's what I'm saying. Like when you go with your desktop, you got a Windows update. Oh, all of a sudden you got to update your motherboard. You got to update now your drivers. That it's not a one click.
I get it. It's the whole ease of it and stuff, but it's just it's so much money for the performance, and that could be just the snob in me of saying, like, for that price, I want really good performance. Like I want top tier performance. I don't want to turn on my Steam machine and when it says 4K 60 frames for an indie game 3 years ago, I want 4K.
It no longer says that, by the way.
Oh, does it not?
It's just they changed it to say 4K now, I think, is what I saw.
But for the general masses, I don't think they're really going to care. But I think the performance is going to be good. However, for the general masses, that price is not good for the general masses.
Right.
And out of Xbox, out of Sony, Nintendo, Steam is the one that could have said, you know what, we will take a $300 loss on this goddamn thing, if not more. And between Steam sale and fall sale, money would have been made back. And that's not with adding another controller, the face plates that are going to come out, blah, blah, blah. Like, they could have had a home run here, and I don't think it's going to be
and they fouled out
big
instead.
As it is.
Yeah. The thing about it is, what made the Steam Deck so appealing to people? It was a Valve-made machine that you know, obviously the form factor was good, the design was good,
easy.
Plug and play. You had pretty easy access to finding out how good something would or would not play on it, right? But also, it was affordable. It came out at $500, I think, $550, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so you got all that with the Steam machine, except for the price, and it's like that is a pretty important component to that. But
here's the other thing I will say in their defense that gets lost because everybody's still upset with the Steam machine. And that I think even they know it's ridiculously priced. And that's the fact that they're releasing Steam OS to anybody want to pick it up and put it on your own PC. You want to build your own Steam machine. Here's Steam OS. And they're saying, hey, we don't have NVIDIA drivers yet, but we're hard at work. And that's coming down the pipeline. NVIDIA will start working with Steam OS. And that,
which is
I thought that was pretty cool.
And you're right, but the catch-22
good consolation price.
The catch-22 to that is, unless specifically, and this is the thing for some people, I understand that, the form factor is a major draw for you. Once let's say 6 months down the line, they have that Steam OS available, you'll really be able to build a mini PC with better performance than that for a less price. It might not be that kind of form factor. I know they put all kind of time and money investment into that cooling system that it uses and stuff, but
somebody took forgot what type, it was a server rack mining setup that they chopped down. It's essentially base PS5 type performance. They found a fan they put on it for dirt cheap because I guess it had like 16 gigabytes of RAM built into it. And then they put a PSU they found that they said they found them for cheap. They were to snag them for like $30 and had to 3D print like the case to put it all in. But they put it together and it basically was smaller. Not as small as a Steam machine, but it was probably close to, I would say, Series X size. And they did it for like $600.
Yeah. I think once, like Rick said, once that Steam OS comes out that people can really use, I think you'll start seeing custom built PC places.
It'll be the new Raspberry Pi, except now they're going to sell unofficial Steam decks. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that will be cool, but yeah, I'm like, I know we haven't gotten into the Xbox price stuff. I've been so mad this entire week at just the pricing and stuff, and I've seen people in other chats and stuff that are like, yeah, there's 500 games coming out this fall. I can only get one or two because it's just the way we live in now with the prices of everything. And people were planning on getting things in the fall, like a console, anything like that, and it's ridiculously priced. So anybody that's trying to get new into the hobby, it's just, it sucks. It really sucks, and it makes me sad that a lot of people that could get into the hobby just aren't going to.
And also, I don't know if you saw this other info that IGN had reported. I don't know who it was that said it, but taking pricing, which obviously is the major thing right now, either thing, apparently a lot of retailers are now saying they expect to have shortages of hardware for the holiday.
Yep.
How the fuck is that even possible? GTA 6 is coming out in November. How have they not made so many fucking consoles that it's coming out of their fucking eyes at this point?
Right.
Well,
right.
We know they're not selling them this month.
No.
Well,
did you see the report from Piscatella?
Yep.
The
worst hardware sales in like
Xbox history, and for PlayStation, it was the worst May since 2000.
Yeah. But by all means, let's keep increasing the price. That's definitely the solution here, guys.
I just don't you got to take a loss on this stuff. You just have to. Because you can't get new. The Xbox is like, oh, we take a loss on our console because we get subscribers, we get games, blah, 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 blah. Same with PlayStation. You're not going to get new subscribers, new games being bought if your console's sky high.
Well,
it's just
not even new subscribers. What about the people whose hardware fails?
Right.
Well,
they're out.
Maybe try and get it repaired for cheaper, and then it breaks 3 months later, or
trying to buy back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to buy, like you said, buy back in is going to be rough. How long did they take to save to get this console 3 years ago when the price was down?
Right.
And now they haven't been saving because they're just saving for the $70 game, not a $1,000 machine
or $100 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this generation has just been an unmitigated disaster.
It sucks.
Start to finish,
just
it's
sucks.
been a disaster.
Really
I would have
sucks.
rather the Series X and PS5 never came out.
Honestly, at this point, yeah, it's awful. And I'm lucky enough and we're lucky enough to be able to buy several games this year and stuff. But like I said, people in chats and stuff, like I'm sticking with World of Warcraft and like 2 games this fall, whereas people would have bought multiple games. But there's just, and it's not just games, it's everything's gone up. So you can't put much more money into a hobby you love when you're paying everything else, and then your hobby goes up too ridiculously amount. It's just like,
Well, the only solution, I mean, it's not really a solution, but the best way to fight this is something that I can't speak for Xbox, but I can tell you now, Sony's not going to want to do it. And that is, you have to drag out this generation forever now. You have to.
You kind of do.
This realistically, this generation now has to last for another 8 years. And
Sony
are already fucking jacking off at the idea of releasing the PS6. It doesn't matter if they have to charge $1,800 for it. They want to get this thing done. And it's like, no. Just don't do it. If you are 90% of the way through production, well, then fucking pause that last 10% and wait 5 more years till you even start.
Yeah, before you mentioned that, I was like, honestly, it would be, I wouldn't care if everything would just like paused. Just pause. No new consoles or anything. Just, if you want to work on a graphics, Unreal 6, Unreal 7 or whatever, fine. But don't be like, hey, Unreal 6 is coming out next year, but you're going to need this, and this to use it. Like, just put it on a pause, wait for this, hopefully the AI bubble that explodes, and then stuff goes back down, or wait until RAM and storage is easily accessible again. But, companies aren't going to do that because they're going to be money. But
yep. Now, I will say, and we were talking about this in our chat. I don't remember if I agreed with you when you said it or not, Nick. So I don't want to be revisionist history here, but I definitely agree now. I believe that what we heard about Helix is absolutely not going to happen now. I truly believe that they probably looked and went, we can't do this. It'll never
She's been saying it. She's been saying that price. We need to look at affordability. She has said that we don't need to win on power anymore, which makes me think they're pulling back. They're not what they had planned.
Weren't anyway.
But premium boutique is not going to be what it is anymore.
No.
And Todd, I want to be very clear. They can subsidize hardware. If there's anybody in the fucking planet that can do it, it is Microsoft. They just choose not to.
Yep.
I just wanted to correct that real quick.
They're subsidizing AI.
Yep.
But I think the whole Helix, assuming it sticks with that name, being effectively the Steam machine, I think that's dead. I think it's going to be. I can't say I think it. I could fully see the whole you can play your Steam library on here. I can see that being.
You know what, too, and tinfoil hat here. I think that they were probably wanting to get away from that. That was not the direction they were going, but they had already committed to it, and I feel like this is the perfect off ramp to get away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just look at the way they're going with exclusives.
Our total strategy has changed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. When they first mentioned the Helix, the first thing they said was this thing is going to be insanely powerful, da-da-da-da-da. And the way they were talking, it wasn't just hey, this next console is the most powerful thing ever, because of course it is. It's the next goddamn console. It is more powerful, of course. That's another tangent. I hate when companies do that. Hey, new console, it's more powerful than the last. No shit, Sherlock, thank you. But
it's 8 years newer.
It's Jesus, I hate that. But when they were talking about this, they really seemed like the Helix was going to be if you buy this, it's going to 8K.
You're buying the Maserati.
This is what it sounded like. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. And you and Nick have been saying, I really think they're going to be no, we can't do this. If it is the Maserati or whatever, that thing's going to be $3,000.
They're going to have to tune it down to a Cadillac now instead of a Maserati.
the Kia of consoles. I don't know. It just it really sucks. And yeah, like Rick's saying, I think you put especially as Sony's in a good spot with the Pro and the Pisser being out there, they can easily say, you know what, let's just hold the brakes. We're not coming out with anything in 27, 28. It kind of sucks because I like seeing new hardware and stuff, but honestly, I don't right now because it's just too goddamn expensive. It's just too much.
Yeah, and also, to be clear, this is also on the PC side, NVIDIA. Fucking wait a few years. The 50 series is sufficient. Just make it better. We don't need a 60s.
It's perfectly fine.
Not until you can get them reasonable. And let's be honest.
Exactly.
Let's say next year, and since we can't really predict it accurately, let's say the RAM pricing and all that stays just flat, right? What's a 60 series going to cost next year? A 6080 will be $2,500. I can't imagine it'll be anything less than that.
Right.
So like just fucking stick with what you got. Make them. I'm not saying don't. You obviously got to be able to sell them, but
right.
Just
but
stop
like
stop
said,
the progress for a little bit.
5080
let's let it calm down.
Perfectly fine.
Right.
Like most people, like what 70% of Steam users still play it like 1440p or 1080p.
I don't know if it's that much soaking it. Let's roll.
Yeah, Alien Romulus is probably 20 times more at this point.
I'm 1440p guy.
Yeah, a 1440p on a 5070, not even a 5080, you are good to go for quite a long time with ray tracing and everything. Maybe not like path tracing, but who needs that right now? That is a.
But I have a 5080, so I'm good.
Yeah, it's fine, But me too.
So do you. So do you. I say, what are you talking about?
No, so do I. I'm very glad I got it when I did because Jesus. But like you said, don't cancel the 6,000, but keep it out. We don't need it. If new tech comes out, what's the 6,000 series going to do? It's going to do what? Better DLSS.
I say I'm sure it'll be heavily AI upscaling.
Heavy AI, which the price is going to skyrocket again, and
because that's going to require a lot more VRAM.
Right, and
so that's the most expensive component of it right now.
Yeah. Someone with a 5070, even a 5060, when they use 4 times generation at 1440p, they're good for years. So they really, I don't know what the 6000 is going to come out. I feel like the 6000 is going to be like that 3000 series or the 2000 series where the 2000 came out and it just really didn't do anything. It was like, like 20, 10, 15% more power for the price. It's like, it's not worth it.
The 2000s were insanely expensive too.
Yeah, and they were just I skipped the 2000. My 1080 was great for that next generation, and then I got the 3080.
I'm on the 40 series, and that's why I was going to skip the 50 series. But man, the 60 is not going to be affordable at all. That was the one I was going to jump in on.
No. The 6000 is going to be wild.
Also, what they kind of do that's weird is it seems like the odd generation series, like the 50s, 30s, right? They're the affordable ones that use like their better driver techniques and stuff like that. But then the even number ones are the ones where they put the actual hardware in it that makes it crazy expensive. So you might be best off waiting for a 70 series at the rate we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is like, when is this AI thing going to catch up? But with all the data centers being built and this and that.
Do we really think though that prices will ever truly go down?
Yeah,
I think they will go down, but not like down.
Yeah, I'd agree with
I'm still waiting for the prices to go down from when they went up, and I was told that it was supply issues with COVID.
Right. It's one of those things like what gas went up to almost $5 around here, and they're like, it'll go down. Yeah, it went back down, but not down to what it was.
All right.
It'll be that.
Even now in Pennsylvania, we have like the second highest gas tax in the country after good old California, because God knows they gotta be number one in everything. But so our gas previously was something like, before the shit earlier this year, I don't know, $3.20 a gallon, $3.30, something like that. Yeah, it shot up to like $4.89. Even now it's like $4.29. Like that's all the more it's dropped. So you're definitely right. And the thing about it is too, that affects the price of every single thing in the world. Everything in the world, that affects the price of it.
Yep. And God forbid if Taiwan or whatever gets attacked and the chipsets are, then we're really screwed.
I think it's Korea where they make them. The
you might be right on that. Yeah,
I read about it once. Not to get too tangent here, but apparently there is only one factory in the entire world that has the equipment to actually make these. What are they down to, like 3 or 4 nanometer chips now? there was one or two others, but they all closed because it got too expensive to upkeep. So this one factory in South Korea is the only place they could do it, which is why it's a complete like everything funnels through there, which just makes it they can charge whatever the fuck they want now.
Yep, I know they were wanting to make a chip factory in Arizona, over here
in Arizona.
There was 2 or 3 that Intel was working on, but then they lost funding with the CHIPS Act, and so they kind of bailed on one of them. I thought Arizona they're still going through with.
I think Arizona's Apple, because Apple themselves were building that.
You might be right there.
But Microsoft wanted to do one in like presumably Seattle. I think they probably wanted to stay close to their thing, but obviously it's going to cost a fucking arm and a leg to do it there. I'm sorry, not Seattle, Washington, like the Northwest. But you're right, though. There were some Intel ones, but Intel obviously also imploded and had to lay off half
TSM buy some of the infrastructure off from one of the Intel ones, I thought.
The esports organization?
No. Was it? They're the actual, like...
Totally random, not
Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
TSM.
There's an esports organization called TSM. That's why I was like, what? Why would they buy that?
No.
They're getting into the big game now.
That would be a lot more money than an esports org is worth.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. It just sucks all around. But yeah, Xbox going up in prices. I just kind of saw that they were going up.
$7.99 for a Series X, and I believe it's $4.99 for a Series S, which I cannot emphasize enough how ludicrous the idea of a $500 Series S is. There is nothing about the Series S that has ever and will ever be worth $500. And that includes now.
It is wild. I hate when the Switch 2, I don't like it. I can kind of get behind that they went up in price because it just kind of got released. But the Xbox and the PlayStation being 6 years old, it's not like we're getting faster RAM, faster memory. It is the same.
Technically, aren't we getting
shit?
Weren't they didn't they drop some of the specs in the? I've heard the PlayStation. I thought the Series X too. Like something about there was a little bit less. Was it the RAM speed or was it the SSD size? For a minute
well, they got rid of the 2 terabyte, but
the 2 terabyte they got rid of.
That's recent, but there was some
in general.
Oh, you mean
there was at one point in time where there was ending up less on the hard drive space. I want to say what it was. It downgraded.
You might be thinking of the PS5 because I think I remember hearing something about that with the PS5.
Yes,
okay. I can remember if it was that or...
I think you're right, but I think it was only. It was only in certain countries.
Places. Yeah. Oh, yes. No, I'm sorry. It was. Yes, it's in. I think it was Europe.
Yeah,
they were only going to have 820 gig or something like that instead of 1 terabyte.
Yes,
now. Yes, that's
what it was. Yes.
Yeah. So it's congratulations, it went up and you get less.
But it wasn't in the US. The US or North America. But still was 1 terabyte.
There is one bright spot to all of this though, and that is we have seen the pictures, right? We all watched Todd's podcast Best in This Week where he had the wonderful Silkinet on, and he showed these wonderful pictures from the Promised Land to where we can still buy incredibly cheap PlayStations and Nintendo Switches and eat some delicious food. So I think we all start working on our visas.
Go to Japan?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Rick's working as
I was wondering where you were going with that. I was like, what?
Spreading the Nerd goes to Japan.
That's right. Rick just finishes out his Weeb card here.
It would be the final climb up the summit.
That's right.
Yeah,
you've made it to.
Next, we'll pop up our first podcast from Japan, and Rick's got Hello Kitty and just
kimonos.
Just doing one of these with the Hello Kitty,
not Hello Kitty
on.
Crystal loves Hello Kitty. I make fun of her about it all the time. Crystal loves Hello Kitty.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh God,
the Promised Land.
Yeah. Yep. Forget Summer Game Fest. We're going to Japan wearing kimonos.
Dude, I would make that change without even fucking...
without a question. Yeah, yep. Without a shadow of a doubt. Crazy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it just... Not to beat a dead horse. It sucks seeing a hobby you've loved since you were a child in such... A shitty position right now. And you know, I see my daughter playing the Switch and stuff like that, and I basically gave her my Switch too because with her job and stuff, she can't afford a Switch too. She wants to.
You
play
probably just bought her a car by giving her a. No, actually, the Switch isn't bad, but
Getting there.
But, you know, so
Yeah.
people that are, you know, starting out or just not in the best of places, it's like, you know, gaming is an escape for a lot of reasons, and cutting people off from that just friggin' sucks.
and again,
really
it can't
does.
be stressed enough. This is happening 5 months before the largest release in
Right.
entertainment history. How stupid can you? At this point, you just go,
It's-
we're gonna lose our ass because we have to sell these consoles by November to make sure that people buy this.
Right.
And then in January, fine, we'll
Or-
hike it. But we
or the
have
way
to make
they're-
sure people are buying Xboxes or PlayStations, whichever,
Yeah.
to get this goddamn game.
But you know, they're looking at it and saying, "Ooh, GTA 6 is coming out. They'll pay this price to play it." And it's like, no, I mean, maybe they would like to, but a lot of people can't. Plain and simple. Would they pay it if they could? Sure. Can they? That's a whole different story.
You really might have nuked what was going to be probably your largest sales base come November, though, which would be like
Right.
the frat boy, just to say, who doesn't
Yeah.
care about games, but it's like, oh, new GTA is coming out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that, right?
I think they still might, and I think that if,
Oh, they're going to, but I'm saying you probably. Cut
I don't
that in
think it'll be
half.
as high as it. Like if Xbox, you
At
know,
500, you'll sell it to college kids.
let me ask you this:
800, you're gonna struggle to do that.
no, because how many of them are financially responsible?
College kids,
I
none.
mean, yeah, but none of them
Bingo.
are. But at the same
So-
time, how
But they
much
don't have the
do
money
they
to buy it in the
have?
first place.
Yeah.
It's called. Well, I'm just gonna
It's
say
called
if
debt.
if
Credit card
Sony comes
debt.
out there the same way, or if we start seeing like Klarna, you know, being added to the Sony checkout site. But I know Microsoft's doing the 1 year
Yeah.
no interest, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, look, I could just do that and make payments on it.
Todd,
Todd, I hate to
founder
say
here.
it, but probably
What
it
gets
releasing.
you? Yeah,
That's
what
probably
gets you
all it takes
guys
for me.
to upgrade to the PS6 or Helix? The Helix,
Yeah,
where
Helix is
I have
a
a
tough
good
sell for me now.
where I
Yeah.
have a good PC, that's a huge tough. I really don't think. I hate to say it because I do love Xbox and I just I hate what's happening, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get another Xbox console because of on PC. But the PS6,
All they have to do is dangle a Naughty Dog game in front of me.
It would have to be, yeah, it would have to
and
be like
I'll
a
be a
Naughty
fucking dog, or you know, a
yeah,
rabbit chasing.
it would
a
have
carrot,
to be
basically.
an insane first party game. Like it couldn't be Final Fantasy because they're going to be on anything. It would have to be an insane first party game, and I mean insane because you know that PS6 is going to be ridiculous priced. It, like you said, it would have to be like Uncharted 5 or Last of Us 3.
I can't even pretend that's what
something
it would take
like
from
that.
me, because the reality is I can sit here and bitch and moan about it all I want. If they announced it tomorrow, I'd be sitting here tomorrow going F5 F5 so I can fucking pre-order the
Rick would be
stupid
like,
ass thing.
that's like 4 or 5 less collector's editions this year. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't buy that many of them anymore. I still got a couple.
Didn't you
of
just
them.
buy one recently?
I pre-ordered the Persona one, but I don't know if I'm getting it.
I just saying.
Hey, you can pre-order that now and change to
Hey,
the lower one later if you want.
hey,
You can't
can
go
I-
the other way.
Can I ask you something? What was it that I said when I signed up for the Steam controller? Do you guys remember?
You mean machine or?
No, the controller. Do you remember?
I don't know.
I put my name in. I'm not gonna get it. I don't want it. I don't want. No. This guy's just sitting over here, and I'm like, I love it. You know.
Yeah, I made no
Just
qualms
saying.
about it with the. Well, I will say, you and me did this exact same thing, Clint, with the damn PS5 Pro, which
Oh, with
which
the clown
3 years
makeup
or
on
2
and
years
everything.
later, now it's like, well, I'm actually glad I did that. But
Yeah,
at the
See,
time,
investment.
if
Investment.
you remember, I don't even remember
We're not
if we
selling
talked
it,
about
though.
this or not. But what happened was
You could.
when the Pro was leading up to the Pro's pre-order, everybody and their brother went out to fucking buy those disc drives. I don't know why, but I think people were scalping them.
Yeah.
I have randomly went on Best Buy one day and saw they had them. And
We
I
were
texted
totally
Clint,
like,
and I
I'm
even
not
said,
gonna
I was
get
like,
it.
I'm just getting this so that if I do decide to get a Pro, which I'm not gonna do, then I'll be fine. And then like the day before, I was like, we're both getting this, aren't we? And you were like, yeah.
I think
we were both sitting there going like, I can't get in line. What the fuck's going on?
You texted me about like, oh, I got the disk drive just in case, and I literally was in my truck and I sat back and I was like, son of a bitch.
Don't get me wrong. In my head, I was like, this fucking, I know I'm gonna buy this damn thing. Even though I argued against it for months, I was like, I'm pretty sure I just bought a Pro because I bought this stupid disk drive.
With the PS6 as well, you know damn well, at least for the first couple years, that you're going to be able to play games on the PS5 Pro, PS5.
What Alex just said. Yeah, he's definitely right.
That's why I was saying up to that. And
at this point, there is no way you could make a PS6.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe one game. I could see doing one, and that would be it.
And that is one, I totally get it from a business standpoint. I get it from not leaving your consumers out and stuff, but I hated that of this generation. That we went years of having games being released as well on PlayStation 4 and stuff. Because in the back of my head, I was like, oh man, this game is being held back so much by graphics and stuff like that. And I totally understand. And that's me being snobby and stuff. But I think that's what's going to get.
Infuriating if you were an adopter.
I think that's what we're going to get now for the rest of
you better hope. You better hope, honestly.
Here's the rub of it all. Now is when it would probably make sense for you to keep making PS4 versions of this. They were doing it when it didn't make sense to do it anymore.
Right. Yep. Yeah. It's a shitty place to be in, and it also sucks for the developers out there because there's not new blood coming in and to buy these games because they can't get anything to play them on, or they're coming out with these games that are so graphically intense that they can't play them on their older stuff and they can't upgrade. They can't pay to upgrade. So it's not helping. I don't think to me, it doesn't help the industry whatsoever. Like, it's making rich people more richer, but it's just not helping the community of gamers at all in any way.
Kind of in what Alex said here, trying to point at it, where he said it's time to think of consoles now just as PCs, which I don't really agree with. But my question I was going to ask you guys on that, and Alex, you can chime in as well. Do we ever see a PS6 Pro? I don't know if it's even remotely. Again, obviously things can change. Maybe in 5 years this is not even an issue anymore. I don't think you can do it now. I don't think so could. Because
the next PS6, the Helix, it's going to come out with the AI, and like Pisser, can go up to 60 frames, this and that. But I think it'll have frame generation, and you're already going to have that, whether it's 2 or 4.
You think it'll have frame gen? I actually don't think it'll be sophisticated enough to have that. But it'll have upscaling for sure.
Yeah, it'll definitely have upscaling, but I think it'll have frame generation. But even if not, you're going to have that AI upscaling. And I don't, like you said, I don't think we see pro things. I don't think you can. I don't think so.
Unless somehow magically the whole thing fixes itself and we come back down to normal pricing.
Right.
What are you going to do? Charge $3,000 for a PS6 Pro? What do you think, Nick?
I think this is, and I'm going to go left field here, right? We're just get away from the big dogs, right? And I think that with that Steam OS being out there, to latch on your idea earlier, somebody comes in, a new party, takes that Steam OS, cheaper hardware, and we have people essentially coming into the market that can live off from games like Mina the Hollower or Millennium Tales, and they come in and try to hit that lower end market. And I think what you'll see is a lot less of the AAA.
I will say there is a universe where that is successful. But there's also a universe where you have another Ouya, which is exactly what that tried to do. That's effectively what that was attempting to do. Now, to be clear, I am not saying that the Ouya is how it's going to turn out, because the Ouya, everything about that thing was wrong.
Right.
Because it had tried its own market. It tried its own, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like somebody comes in like in Asus and just like, oh, we're going to do a Steam knockoff here. It's got the Steam store on there with the Steam OS and
the Silka box. because it's all indies.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know what I mean? There's a lot still coming out. There's friend slop games that are like crazy good top sellers that people are playing like crazy, and they can run a potato. You know?
Yep. I do think we see those, especially once SteamOS comes out with the customs things that like, you know, it's kind of like what tiered now when you get a desktop, like, hey, this will play Call of Duty at 60, 120. I think it'll come out like, hey, these are all for your 2D crappy scroller 2D pixel games. And then you got your
gross 2D.
Then I mean, like with Square Enix. Square Enix is like, we're going to do a Final Fantasy, then we're going to do like a Final Fantasy pixel game. We're going to do, you know what I mean? Like, they're obviously there's a market for those.
And then console wars are back, baby. It's just, I think we see tiers of that, and which also sucks because then you're putting the community into you're pigeonholing them into, I can play these games, I can't play these games, and it just sucks.
So business proposition: the three of us plus Alex, we all pitch in, we create our own box, plays nothing but disgusting pixel art 2D games. We call it the Lionheart.
Maybe.
Nick, I have no idea if you understand the joke I'm referencing.
I don't know.
But I know he does, and I know Alex does.
I don't know if I want to be a part of anything 2D though. Only anywhere on that.
Only if it makes sure that every game still says loading shader cache.
That's a different person.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a.
I will say on the box though, if we do make this on the box, it will say, yes, this machine can actually play 8K games at 60 frames. You know,
there's all 8,000 of them. We go 10K.
Right. And
that was the biggest bullshit thing.
I can even think of the box. The box can have like little red hair on it, right? Like it can have a.
If we go for our logo,
you can replace wigs on it.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
There's the Starforge. If you guys have seen the Starforge, it looks very phallic in nature. I say we just double down on that for our logo right there at the front of the box.
Yeah. GameFly, no physical until December.
There's no disc, so there's no way they could send it to you.
That's still not. It's heavily rumored and heavily suspected, but still not like proof or what's what I'm looking
my
for.
guess is they won't confirm it until it's about
Sales.
to happen. Because then, I mean, they don't care if you buy the digital version or the physical version, but they don't want you to wait for that. Right? They don't want you to wait for that. They want you to buy the digital version, so they're not going to tell you that right away. I do believe it's probably true though. There seems to be enough evidence backing it.
Yeah,
what will get me to actually double dip on it will be, because I actually was even thinking about buying the physical version, except that it doesn't have anything but the code in the box.
Yeah, there's
nothing. If it had like the maps and posters like they always do, I would have still bought that version.
Which they don't have that. Yeah.
Right, it doesn't have that.
It's nothing.
Right. But if they do release the actual physical version, however, the physical version has to have like the map of fucking drawing a blank here. What the hell's their version of Florida called? I don't remember. But if it has a map of that, Vice City. Thank you. I have no idea why.
I love Vice City. Love Vice City. So good.
I'm not even joking. I thought that was easily the worst of the games since
I loved it. I think it was just the setting and stuff.
That's exactly why. I think
it was the colors, really.
Because the reality is the game itself was by far the worst.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The neon.
And then it was voiced by Ray Liotta. I thought that was awesome. Yeah. So.
I'll give it that. It actually did have a voice protagonist, but San Andreas was 1,000 times better.
Anyway. Yeah, I'll say that. But yeah, I still enjoyed.
But yeah, so like now, if they do release the physical,
that's because Rick spent a lot of time at the strip club.
Well, he better buy the Ultimate Edition this time around.
Actually, I'm going to, but I don't think there was a strip club in those, was there?
I'm pretty sure San Andreas is the one that had the strip club. You could play the mini game and you could get the girl naked.
I thought 4 was the first one that did that.
Pretty sure San Andreas was the big deal about that one. Big hubbub.
Well, the big hubbub was Hot
Vice
Coffee,
City,
which was a bunch of
Vice
nonsense,
City
but
had strip clubs, but there was no nudity, but there were strip clubs.
Right.
I swear San Andreas had the full-blown, you could play a minigame and it was nudity.
There was definitely no nudity in it. I know that 100% for sure.
San Andreas was so good. I still
I
can't,
looked in
like,
every corner, and I promise you there was none.
That's not what I meant.
Lies.
I meant you look at the ESRB rating, and there's no, like, I mean, it probably puts, like, partial nudity, like, CJ's ass was probably in it, but there was definitely no, like, nude women in it.
I still quote San Andreas to this day. There's like one character, this NPC, that would randomly walk around the town, and while you were driving by or walking by, like smoke would come out, and he'd be like, "I smoke because it gives me knowledge," and I was like, "What?" I was like,
something I want so much to quote, but I don't think anybody would know what I'm quoting if I do. I want to always just be like, "Does the Pope shit in the woods?" Because that one fucking dude said that over and over again. Caesar, I think, was his name. The guy that was your dude's friend.
Oh, Christ.
And after saying it for like the fourth time, CJ just goes, "I don't know where His Holiness does his business, man." Remember that? I fucking cracked up laughing when he said that.
Oh my god. I like this on eBay. I'm just looking because, I'm trying to help Nick out here. Steam Machine Reservation Queue. $2,000, $1,850, $1,940 for the queue.
So you would still have to pay for the Steam Deck whenever that becomes available.
You're just paying for a number, baby.
Jesus.
ROI, man. ROI is insane, right?
I mean, let's slow down on the ROI. I'm pretty sure nobody has bought that.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Some millionaire might pay it for his kid thinking that he's going to get it. But
whoever it is,
there's a lot of trust fund babies out there with more money than time.
Oh, there definitely is. But...
There is. God, it just blows. I really.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, but back to being miserable. Everything sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just.
Right. This is
no
2
more
weeks
laughing.
removed.
This is serious.
2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks removed from one of the best 3 days of gaming ever.
Right, and then it just right down the shitter. And I've been training this douchebag, and it's just been other problems happening. My wrist, fucking all this, that, and this and that. It's been a shit couple weeks, and then so my escape is gaming news and stuff like that, and it's just shit over here too. And God damn it, this freaking week and couple weeks sucks. But like you said, Rick, we came off, especially us, we absolutely
so hyped after
Summer
that.
Game Fest. We were on absolute high, and it was we are so back.
And so was Nick too. It wasn't just the two of us.
No, I said all three of us.
Oh, I
Nick's
thought you just meant the two of us. I was like, no,
no, Nick as well. All of us were super hyped after Summer Game Fest and the other shows. We all of us had several games that we're super hyped for, and then it's just hammer after goddamn hammer of bad news, layoffs, studio closures, more layoffs, price hikes, and it's God, can we just have a month where it's just no bad news? Jesus.
It feels like you're a hamster that they kind of put a delicious little treat, and you walk through there just so they could lower an axe on your head. You know what I mean?
It's Jesus. Yeah, you got one step forward, 2 steps back type of thing. It's just
two. I wish this was a world where there was 2 steps.
Yeah.
Or
and
20 steps backwards.
I was so happy after Summer Game Fest and with Asha and stuff, because I was man, Xbox is I wasn't super hyped, but I was oh, we're going in a good direction. I'm liking this.
Yes.
Maybe we're back, baby. Maybe we're, and then it's just damn it. Jesus. So it's been such a rough couple weeks.
I blame your trainee. Your trainee is bringing bad vibes upon everything they come in contact with.
Don't even get me started. You know what? This son of a bitch. I hope he watches somehow. We are in people's basements and stuff like that, and I have to talk about it because it just drives me back. He's constantly touching other people's shit, going through their stuff. He's oh, what's behind this door? I'm dude, we are here to do this service, and that is it. Stop touching things. Stop looking in their boxes in the attic. God damn it.
That is insane.
It's so ridiculous. And I tell him 500 times, but he doesn't. I'm ugh. So then I go to IGN or to our texts, and a text group, Discord. I'm like, all right, I need some happy news about games, and no, I just get shot down there too. And it's like, God damn it.
Well, I mean, you have Rick and I arguing back and forth all the time. You know,
That
there's
has
that.
been the best entertainment this week.
Yeah, it's weird. Did you ever notice there's always two of us that are going back and forth, and the other one is always away busy for a while. And then the other
if one
person
of
comes
them's
back,
going-
and there's like 60 messages to get caught up on.
Yeah, I'll go on like a 3-hour job or a 2-hour job, and I'll come back. I'll look at my phone. I'm like 84 messages. I ain't fucking reading that shit.
By the way,
It's just Rick and I arguing. You know, no big
here's
deal.
some happiness. Play Adventures of Elliot.
I
Because
do
this game
wanna
is
get
so
that.
good. This game is awesome.
Have you been playing it?
A little bit, yeah.
I do want to play that.
I don't have the fairy chick yet, so I'm obviously not very far. But
Yep.
I'm digging it. It's
Yep.
good.
Yep, I do want to play that. I played pretty much through the demo, but I'm at this point where it's like, oh, it's only like a week before Black Flag comes out, and I really do think I said I wasn't going to.
2 weeks.
But
2 weeks. It's the
2 weeks.
The 9th. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But I think I'm gonna get the Grand Blue expansion. I really do.
It's only $30.
Yeah, and it's got the PS5 Pro update, so I think I'm gonna get that too. So I'm like, I'm just gonna try. What's that?
You sure? I didn't think it had a PS5 Pro update.
Yeah, it's coming with the.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Which is kind of like why I'm like.
Yeah, you were always a hard on like I need a PS5 Pro update for this damn thing. I'm like, dude, it looks fine.
I know it looks beautiful, but I wanted that 60 frames because I'm a goddamn snob. But but yeah,
Well,
it was.
I'm playing it in 60 also. I never had any issues with the graphics.
Yeah,
of it,
no,
so.
I just wanted 60 frames and better, not better 60 frames, but better graphics.
No, to be
'cause I
clear,
love
that's
the
also why
colors.
we spent $700, which is
Right,
now people
right.
are $900, but
Yeah.
it also goes to the thing with the fucking price of consoles now. These developers better figure this shit out now and stop releasing half-ass shit too, because like especially
Oh yeah.
like, not that we have the issue often, but with like the Pro, you better not fucking release another bad Pro version. Like that, those days are gone.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we spent a hell of a lot of money for this shit.
Yeah, and Pisser wasn't super great right out of the gate.
It's good now. The two
it's
updates
much
made
better
a
now.
huge
It's
difference,
much better now. But so maybe I'm thinking this wrong because my brain is fried. So Nick was talking about getting a Steam machine because value will go up, correct?
Yep.
So why don't you have a PlayStation 5 to
Oh!
play Uncharted?
Hold on.
Because it's only going to go up. So
Well, not you. I
let him
wanted
cook.
You. I
Let
wanted
him
you.
cook.
How do I change to him? Start talking, Nick.
God.
I will switch
Oh, it's not switching. Okay.
when they
I'll say-
announce Destiny 3. They've already talked about their doubling down on live service.
Oh God Almighty, dude! It ain't
I'll be there.
happening.
I was
will
going to
be
say
there.
They
when
executed
Todd-
the entire team. It's not
when
happening.
Todd
know.
was talking about when's the PS6, who's going to get the PS6, I was like, Nick will get it with Destiny 3. But here's that actually
No,
brings
no,
up a
actually,
good point.
my answer, I never got to answer that. You know what my answer was
No.
going to be? This
What?
channel gets big enough and we get sent a demo unit. We get to keep it for review. That's when I jump on the Helix and PS6 train. But yes,
mean,
Destiny 3.
you know what?
That's
honestly,
funny that
the
you think
demo
you would be
unit-
the one that gets this. That's funny.
The
Yeah.
demo unit is way more likely than
You're still
Destiny
on
3. Let's be
probation.
honest.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And the demo
But
unit
here's-
has about a negative 1,000% chance of happening. So
But here,
I know,
talking
better than
about
Destiny 3.
that's true.
like when do you think we see, I mean, granted it's early, of course, but when do you think we see like clearly there is a want for Destiny and there's not really a game out there like Destiny? When do you think
now.
we get, yeah, but like, do you think like next year we get like a trailer or something? Like, I don't know. Do you think it's something that's already been in development for a few years?
Nope. Not from Destiny. If something
Not from
like
Destiny,
it,
but like some other, like something like it. Yeah.
we did, it got canceled, is what I'm being hearing. And that's Blackbird. Jason Schreier said that Blackbird was a cyberpunk like MMO. He said that would have been perfect for people who are looking for a home after Destiny.
That's what got
Well, that
canceled,
sucks,
isn't
Nick.
it?
I'm sorry.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It was the
That's
ZeniMax one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
And they
'Cause
said
I-
that would have been.
Clearly,
Yeah,
there's a
that game
want
was
there
almost
for
done
it.
too. That's the amazing part. I God knows why they canceled that when it was almost done.
Yeah.
I mean, there is upkeep, obviously. On
Panda,
it, still.
they can't do a quick cinematic when they axe the entire cinematic team.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm sorry, you're not getting a marathon cinematic either. Cinematic team's gone, man.
Yeah.
They must be farming that out to someone else now, support studio.
We just got a marathon shell cinematic. What? How many months has the game been out?
But those are in the can. They've been slowly kind of drip feeding it to us. But honestly,
it seems like Marathon doesn't have a whole lot of future to it. I think it's going to continue to exist. I don't know how much
it'll exist, but it's not going to be a massive moneymaker.
Well, I'm saying I don't even know how much more content. Like you might get another season, but I don't know how much they're going
to a season 3. They've already got a date released for it.
Okay, actually,
after that, I don't know.
I think we'll still see. I hope we do. Jesus Christ. Oh God.
Honestly, Panda, I feel like it's gonna be an image. It'll be just like a picture. That or maybe. Here we go. Ready? Ready? This is how it gets announced.
The shit's getting deep. Here we go.
Yep.
You're gonna go just kind of like the little slow overview, the cinematic music as you're just kind of going through this war-torn little area, you know what I'm saying? And then it's gonna fade to black, and you're gonna hear the ghost go, "Welcome back, Guardian. It's been a long time."
I think your hopium tanks get a little bit lower. You might want to take a hit before it runs
I'm just saying, that's my marketing hat. That's how I would do the trailer, and I swear to God, you would have grown men crying their eyes out all the way everywhere.
And then a gunshot. It'll just be it'll be the thing that.
I do. Honestly, I'm not saying that will actually happen. I'm just saying like that would be perfect, but there's no way. It's gone. It's dead.
I was about to do that.
I know we're making fun of Nick.
I'm a dreamer. Okay, it's called imagination. We all had it as a kid.
This is some kind of imagination. I'll say that.
I totally understand where he's coming from. Even when I didn't play Destiny 2 that much, like you could feel like the effect it had on players when it got canceled and stuff. And it does suck when, especially Destiny, when you've played it for so long that it just goes away. Cause I was thinking like, what if World of Warcraft just went away? Honestly, it'd be a good thing, but
see, that's
all
the
those
worst
memories.
I would celebrate at the news that World of Warcraft is gone forever.
The memories that you've made, friends you've made, and it's like, it's gone. Like there's no new chances to make new friends, new.
Oh, you crossed a line there.
No, what I'm just gonna say, I just want to bring this out. This is mentioned in Todd's comment right now. He says the Destiny fans loved and hated Destiny for the last 12 years. And what I want to point out is how it came to my head. You said it earlier, like we were having this moment where like we're here and then it's on fire, and then it's like we're here, we're back, and it's on fire.
Yep.
That was Destiny over the entire 12 years with the community. We're so back.
Oh yeah.
Hell is this? We're so back. You know,
it's the last so like 3 years, it was even more violent. You went from the hell was that one called with Savathon or whatever her name was?
Savathun, Witch Queen.
Then you had that fucking dreadful one.
Lightfall was awful.
Lightfall, yes. and then you had Final Shape, which was the best. And it's been a fucking spiral into the pit of hell ever since.
Renegades was decent, but the Portal was a piece of shit.
But it wasn't like it was like what you were looking for. That was the one that was like the Star Wars content, right? Renegades?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The Star Wars content sad. Almost got me. Bro,
I'm having my own lightsaber going through dungeons with it. It's like, oh yeah, it's awesome doing a little throw in a lightsaber. I mean, it's $25, man, for everything right now. I'm just saying.
But
that's
one thing about it I will say, when he asked you when do you get people that want or whatever, and you were like, you jumped on the grenade and said right now, and I'm not saying you're wrong. The problem there is, I don't think you're ever going to gain any Destiny fans. You have the existing ones, and they're there for the long haul. I'm not arguing. I'm not saying they're going away. I don't think there's any room for Destiny to grow because first of all,
that's not true.
No,
They've made
now
it
wait.
completely impenetrable to get into.
Now
it.
wait. Do you know why you're not going to get any new Destiny fans? Because nobody can afford the goddamn hardware to play Destiny 3 when it comes out.
That's part of it, yes.
See, Rick, you speak to a problem that's called onboarding, right?
Yes.
And why is there a problem onboarding now? I will tell you, Rick, because there's been over 10 years,
I'm
a decade.
sorry, Clint. I'm sorry. I did not mean to open this door.
I love his absolute love for Destiny 3. It's just or Destiny 2. It's,
so
I needed this.
Here's how it goes. All right. So you have 10 years of multiple. It's like Xbox, right? They're like, we're going this way. Now we're going this way. Now we're going this way. Now we're going this way.
There's a few landmines along the way they got to step on.
Yeah.
Well, duh. Those are the bad expansions. Okay.
No, I'm talking about Xbox. Those are every decision they fucking make.
But the problem is that they have leftover pieces. They don't get rid of it all. There's still leftover pieces there. And you're like, well, what's the point of that? And you're like, I mean, it's just there. You just ignore it. And you're like, well, why? I don't know, man. It was there like 2 years ago. It doesn't mean anything now. And you're like, okay, whatever. And so imagine like 10 years of that. And everyone just kind of goes, man, there's just a lot there. I'll jump in when Destiny 3 comes out. Let me know. Or there's been so many people that we're talking back on the day when it was pulling in like close to 1 million players. And there's a lot of people that lapsed and they came back and they try to get back. And there's so many new systems. Everything has changed. They don't know what to do. And it's very dense. They go, I'll come back for Destiny 3. And they left. And they've been waiting for Destiny 3. And they'll never come back. I will be out here evangelizing the merits of Destiny 3 much in the same way that I am out here evangelizing for Dungeon Crawler Carl and its audiobook format being the primary way to consume that content.
True. I will say I am going to love.
Oh God, we open another door.
Hey.
No, because I'm right there with Nick.
I'm out of here, guys.
Tapping him in over here.
I can't wait until Nick is like 86 and he's sitting in a nursing home and a nurse comes over and he'll be like, "Do you remember?"
Yeah.
Okay,
Grandpa.
What's going to be
you to bed.
What it's going to no. Here's what's going to happen is I am going to have that moment in my Alzheimer's riddled brain that there is somebody who's going to
have not having now, but yeah. Continue.
So what's going to happen is somebody's going to reuse some of the music, and there's going to be the hints of a note that's going to activate my brain, and it's going to come alive, and then only to be like, what the is this? And I'm going to instantly be sad.
And instead of like,
and come back and be like, wait, where am I? What's going on? And oh my gosh,
it's like an old acid trip coming back for Nick. It's just Destiny.
Yes. Alex knows all about
Nick's
it, man.
Nick's gonna walk past a picture of like a deceased family member and not care at all. Then someone's gonna have a fucking picture of Destiny 2 and he's gonna throw
somebody's
himself on
gonna
the
play
ground.
the Deep Stone Lullaby song, and I'm gonna just instantly be in tears.
Instantly transported.
To that moment of doing the Deep Stone Crypt raid, and that moment when you first walk out in your spacewalk, and it's gonna be.
The nurse will come in. What's the matter, Deep Stone?
That's right. Why are you hard? It was the best time of my life.
Oh man!
Look at
I should
that.
Put some copium on you.
Look at what is Alex doing right now?
I'm doing the Deep Stone Crypt right now. Jesus
See?
Christ.
See?
Oh man. God.
Alex knows what's up. Alex knows game.
Oh, it's funny.
Alex
it's
has
funny.
always played Destiny.
No.
He's a little less delusional about it than you are.
I do love the passion. I love the passion.
What was
I do love the passion. I came in late. Did either of you guys? Star Fox 2 came out, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Not 2, but
yeah.
I was saying it came out a long time ago. I
heard it takes like 2 hours to beat.
Yeah.
3
Alex
hours.
posted yesterday that he finished the hard route in an hour and a half, I think he said.
Fucking hell.
Well, it's still the same game. I think they had
I
one
know,
extra
but
level.
god damn it.
Now, it
And
probably
you know
won't go
what?
that fast for me.
This
as
is
I-
me
I don't know
making
talking
fun of
about
it,
that.
and I want to point out that how much of a fraud I was, because if I actually did decide I was going to buy the Switch 2, that's the first game I would buy, and I would still be like, yeah, fuck. I love Star Fox. So you know what? I can make fun of it right now because I don't have it, but I'm calling myself a fraud right now and tell you that yes.
Yeah, well, I will say actually. So I guess in fairness' sake, we were ripping on all the console manufacturers, and rightly so. And while there are a lot of reasons to criticize Nintendo, I will say they're the least stupid of them all right now. But by a mile, they are the least stupid.
And that is wild to say.
Yeah, it is, because I usually don't think Nintendo makes a smart decision. And I look at it, and I'm like, I'm not even necessarily saying I think otherwise. I'm just saying the other ones have all made nothing but dumb decisions. So, but no, I'll go to bat for the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is an awesome.
I do like the Switch 2. I really do like the Switch 2. Even though my daughter has taken it over.
They pretty well knocked it out of the park with that one.
Yep, that's definitely a solid system for sure. God. Well, it looks like we're almost at 2 hours, gentlemen. Should we do anything else to add, or should we do our fortunes for the weekend?
Fortunes, I suppose. Hold on, this is back over. We gotta go back to this. There we go.
All right, Nick, why don't you do the honors? Lead us in.
Let me open up the package here.
You got this, Nick. Pretend there's a code for Destiny 3 inside.
Ready?
The
You
Destiny
ready?
passion is so deep.
I'm ready.
The thing you want most is coming to you. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, fuck you.
That would have been great.
No, you know what it
would've been
is?
great.
You know what it is? Be a leader, not a follower.
Okay. All right, co-host. Good one.
Lead the charge for Destiny 3.
Rick, go ahead.
Nick, this is for you.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Now is the time for peace in your life. Go along with others' ideas. It's time to let it go, my friend.
It's time.
It's time.
Let it die. Let it
See,
die.
no,
let
it's
it
actually
go.
really funny. As I mentioned, as soon as I'm off this podcast, I'm jumping on
here we
Destiny
go.
2. So
Here we go.
I didn't
just
say
saying.
don't play Destiny. I said let
Yeah,
go
don't.
of Destiny 3.
What was the campaign? I swear there was a campaign out there that the slogan was "Keep Hope Alive."
Yeah, how'd that work out for you? We watched the entire team get killed.
One day.
Let's see.
One day.
We've got a lifetime of precious moments with loved ones is coming. It's not bad. It's not bad. Right. On another note, like I said, I have been insanely busy for the past couple weeks. I am going to try and play Mind's Eye this Sunday night.
I will give you.
I'm going to try.
I will give you 2 weeks extra time. I think that's more than fair. So okay, so hold
I
on.
think that the everything with the coworker, you deserve a 2-week grace period.
Yeah,
I haven't
I'll
played
go with
anything this week. I've played a little bit of WoW
Here we
and
go.
a little bit of Star
Here we
Wars
go.
Outlaws. That's it. That is it.
that. 18 days. You will
I
have
think-
2 weeks. You will have 2 weeks into July to have it. Oh, I've got to put it back up there.
One of you guys mentioned something in our text group, and was something about Mind's Eye, and I sat there and I looked at it. I'm like, I wish I was playing Mind's Eye right now. I wish I was, because god damn it.
Well, you know what's annoying is it's actually cheaper right now than when I looked at it before.
Well, that's
Sound
what
like
you
four-
get for buying me it.
Look, okay. All I'm saying is there was a movement.
I would say
There was a movement that was
There was-
happening, and I jumped on that train.
There was
I
a
would
push.
say it's
There
more
was
of a that's
push.
what you get for thinking that Clint would actually play it.
I'm going to,
And
because Nick bought it for me.
And
That's the only reason.
there is
Oh
a
no, that's
part
not
of
the
me.
only reason.
There is a part of me that looks at that 1439 and says, 47 reviews says it's mostly positive. Maybe, mostly
Nick-
positive.
I could go out there and find 47 people that says castration was a fun time.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
So don't believe it. Don't believe it, because I could
I
tell
don't know
you.
where Rick's hanging out
Alex,
these
Alex, I
days,
need you to
but-
chime in, here, please.
Right? It's like he knows right off the bat at 47. I mean, I could find a dozen maybe, but 47, man, that's
Hey, I'm sure there's enough people out there. Alex, I need you to back me up on this. Me and Alex have done this. I promise you, it is not good.
Alex
no
knows
matter
many people too.
Shut up. I promise you, no matter what those people say, it is not good. I promise.
Oh God. Well, on that note, Nick, where can everybody find you?
I'm Freight Conductor everywhere. All your socials, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Discord, Steam, Xbox.
Destiny 2, but not 3.
Correct. Rick, where can everybody find you, sir?
The fucking pierced eyes, that actually cracked me up.
Right through the souls. We need to end this now.
Well, before I say that, I do want to say, I don't know if she can hear, but happy birthday to the young Ms. Coombs.
Yep, it's her birthday.
The better person of that household.
Yep.
Very happy birthday. I'll say 19, I believe.
years
Yes.
old. Yeah.
The only one who can get him to dress up. Because look at how fancy he is.
Yeah.
That's your work uniform, isn't it? Don't
No,
you have to wear that?
that's,
Oh,
no,
I
it's
actually thought
just
it
a
was.
white
I thought
shirt.
you had to wear
No.
that under the thing.
No. I'm not
okay.
a manager yet.
Oh.
Ooh,
Bush
Destiny 2
4969
Renegades,
everywhere.
$10.99.
Oh, God.
No sense in playing that though. Anyways, go ahead, Rick. Yes.
Yeah, Bush 4969 everywhere.
Lightsaber.
And what?
Jesus.
And Clint, you were not here in the beginning because you are late, tardy.
Yeah.
But I am officially on vacation, so if you go to stream that on Sunday, I will be there to revel in
Okay,
your
cool.
misery.
Sweet. Yeah, I am going to try. So for my daughter's birthday, we're going to get her a kitten or a cat and getting her all the stuff for that because she wants to be a cat lady that just reads books and plays games, which is perfectly fine by me.
At least be a dog lady.
I'm
so
confused. I thought you were already working on domesticating her new pet.
Oh God! Don't.
What am I
You're
missing
done.
here?
You're done. You are done. I'm guessing it's my
I feel out of-
trainee.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I was wondering
It
about
was-
that.
No.
Oh, I was like,
Loaf. Loaf.
oh yes,
Oh,
loaf.
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
loaf. No, loaf is mine. That loaf
Okay.
is mine.
Well, yeah, the Loaf is replacing her. Isn't that what we came? Isn't that what we
pretty
figured
much.
out?
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry to derail you here.
I didn't get the joke either until you said the name.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully Sunday night I will be able to stream that for a little bit. Hopefully, because just to at least get some of it out.
Got to
of the
end
way.
the weekend on a negative note, right?
Right, exactly. Jesus, it can only go up from there. But yeah, some of the social sites are being a pain in the ass right now for spreading the nerd, like Threads. YouTube is okay for right now, but they're still looking at, because for some ungodly reason, they all at once wanted a video and a license, which I totally get. That's fine, whatever. Except when you send in a picture of your license and a video of your body, basically, and they're like, I don't know. We're gonna
Your
put a hold
viewing
on
habits
that.
make me think that
Yeah.
maybe you're not an adult. So
Yes, it's like, come on, guys. So they're like, this is under review because you might be underage. I'm like, license, like official documentation. So still trying
YouTube
to
browsing
get things-
history.
Yeah, God. So hopefully those will be back up pretty quickly here. But yeah, YouTube's fine. TikTok's still good. YouTube Shorts is good. I think it's just like Threads at the moment that's being a pain in the ass for whatever reason. But yeah, you can find
Zuckerberg,
Spreading the
that's
Nerd.
why.
Yeah, you can find Spreading the Nerd anywhere there. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us. It's been a great time. Thank you for listening to us, bitch about the current state of things and, making us feel better. So until next week, thank you, folks, and have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.